What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Now, we got to have an honest conversation, nation. We got to have an honest conversation about the things that we are witnessing. We got to have the honest conversation about the people who've been misleading you. We got to have an honest conversation about the people that promised you things. We got to have a conversation about the pundits, the platforms, the YouTubers, the Twitterers, the Instagrammers, all these people that wanted to pump the damn idea to be positive and trust the process. We got to have a conversation because if I'm not mistaken, there were some individuals that tried to pinpoint the problems with this team. There were some individuals that tried to pinpoint and be very accurate and articulate with what the problem with this team was. But no, y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all rather believe the numbers of the subscribers rather than the numbers that were on the field. You wanted to believe the people in power over the people with the knowledge. And that's what's going on today. Now the whole Twitter universe, the whole Raider Nation is in disarray. They don't know what's going on. The sky has fallen. Gayaka. Oh, don't act scared now. I tried to told y'all what the problem was going to be. You thought that getting a new quarterback was going to be able to be a strong enough deodorant to hide the musk. You know that certain musk, that certain musk you only get in the summertime when you've been doing yard work all day, when you're trying to dig holes in the ground for no particular reason, and then you go inside and the bottom of your boots just got the grease on it. That type of musk, that stinkiness, that dinginess, that rustiness is what the Raiders have been for a long time now. And it's what I've been trying to tell you for a long time. As a franchise, we are in the bottom. As a franchise, we are just downright disgusting. It is embarrassing. Those are the facts. The facts is Mark Davis don't know what the hell he's doing. The facts is Mark Davis is too damn prideful, too damn proud to admit when he's wrong, and he hangs on a little too long to things he should get rid of. Okay, we all know before destructions come pride, right? Don't be too prideful and forget what we got going on and what we're striving for and say, you know what? In order for me to move on right now, I have to admit I was wrong. Admit you was wrong and just move on. Because the things we have in place right now are just not what successful teams have in place, okay? From the head coach to the coordinators, it is not what we need to be successful. Now, when you talk about the biggest issue with the Raiders, the biggest issue today is the same issue that it was yesterday. It's the same issue it was last week. It's the same issue it was last year, the year before that, the year before that, for the last damn 10 years. I've been trying to tell you that. Since Rich Gannon, when has the Raiders have a competent defense? So we all know where the issues are. We know where the issues lie. But the Raiders continue to do things that make you feel good as a viewer, that make you feel good as a fan, and they keep giving you these little pacifiers. Wham, here goes a wide receiver. Wham, here goes a quarterback. Wham, here goes a running back extension. Wham, here goes a cornerback that's too damn old to play the position. And then y'all be quiet for a little while. But then when y'all find out, y'all start bitching again. And I tried to tell you this was going to happen. Okay, like, it was not the quarterback last year. Did the quarterback play well? Absolutely not. He did not play well, and I know why Derek Carr is not on this team, and I am not saying Derek Carr should be on this team. But what I'm saying is that everybody jumped on the bandwagon that if you got a new quarterback, the defense was good enough, and it never was. It never was. The defense right now is just in shambles. I don't know what the issues are, but the Raiders are giving up 138 rushing yards a game. We've already given up 5 passing touchdowns. We're giving up 50% of third downs. With time of possession is that 72 minutes to 46 minutes. That means we hardly have the ball, and other teams have the ball damn near the whole game. All right, even when we beat Denver, they had more possession by like 5 or 6 minutes, okay? We are giving up 27 points per game. There is something wrong with this defense. There is something wrong with the scheme. There is something wrong with the defensive coordinator that looks like he does not have control of the defense because it doesn't look like we're communicating. It looks like players are just running around all over the place. It doesn't look like we prepare properly. Now, Is it bad players? Is it a bad scheme? Is it a bad game plan? I'm a defensive coordinator. I put together bad game plans. You study a team for 3 or 4 days, you think you got the game plan to take away what they do best, and you go into a game with that game plan and it doesn't work. It's not that easy to just switch game plans and say, all right, let's do this and let's do that. But you can tweak it and make adjustments. How do the Raiders play worse in the second half than they did in the first half? Well, damn. Well, damn. Where's the adjustments? How did you play worse? How did you give up more yards? How did you not get off the field? How can it be halftime and your team is down 11 points? We all know as defensive coordinators, that first drive of the second half when you go on defense is the most important drive of the game most times. Because if you can get a 3 and out and give your team the ball and get some momentum rolling, you're going to be fine. But the Raiders don't do that. What did the Raiders defense decide? To give up a 9-minute drive. So now Garoppolo has been sitting on the sideline for the back end of the second quarter and then the front end of the third quarter. He has no momentum, and then you throw him on the field and say, hey, go do something. Go make some chicken salad out of this chicken shit. Yet we got to stop thinking that's possible. I know you guys want to blame the offense for not getting points and not doing this. Listen, the offense has its problem, right? The offensive line is not very good right now. The running game is not very good right now. And if you can't run the ball, you can't sustain drives. If you can't sustain drives, then you keep that defense on the field. And when you're keeping your defense on the field, bad things are going to happen. Offenses are just too good. They know where they're going. They have the speed. They know what they're doing. You're trying to react to what they're doing. So they already have a head start, right? So you got to try to keep your defense off the field by keeping your offense on the field. You got to have drives. You can't do that if you're not converting on third down, if you're having turnovers, and if you can't run the ball. But with all that being said, even if the Raiders do those things, I don't believe they were going to stop the Buffalo Bills yesterday. And don't confuse what I'm saying now with like I'm happy the Raiders are losing so I can be right. No, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. The offense wasn't really the biggest issue last year. The quarterback wasn't our biggest issue. It was the defense. It continues to be the defense. But I would much rather be wrong and win games than be right and lose games. But now that we're here and we are losing games and I happen to be right, we're going to talk about it, right? So at the end of the day, I didn't think the Raiders were going to beat the Bills. So to me, the season's not over. The sky is not falling. It's not like, all right, let's pack it up. We're going to suck. At the end of the day, we lost to a team that was better than us. All right, we lost to a team that was better than us. They look better prepared. They're better coached. And that's just what it is. They have better players on offense than we do on defense. I mean, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are better than what we have on defense right now. That's just the facts of the matter. And when you're not playing well, it just shows, right? We couldn't stop Cook. I think Cook ran for like 122 yards, so it just wasn't a good game. But who really thought we were going to beat the Bills? I mean, if you went to that game with expectations that because we beat the sorry Broncos that we can beat the Bills, especially after what the Jets did, because we don't have the same defense the Jets have. We don't have interior presence to get pressure on the quarterback from the middle. We don't have guys on the edge that can get consistent pressure and contain the quarterbacks. If you notice, Josh Allen had success the same way Russell Wilson did by breaking containment in the pocket, moving around, and being able to throw the ball downfield when he found creases. It's just too hard for the defense to continuously get stops when a quarterback is breaking contain, right? It's just hard to cover guys for that long. 4 to 6, 7 seconds. Not any NFL DB is going to be able to cover that long, especially when it's somebody as good as Stephon Diggs or even Gabriel Davis or whatever son's name is. So I don't think the season's over. I think the Raiders defense was the best thing for the Bills offense to get their confidence and momentum. But I truly believe that the Pittsburgh offense might be what the Raiders defense needs. And we got them coming up. We're playing in a home game. It's a primetime game. It's a nighttime game. I think the Wolves will be out. I think that this game is going to tell us a lot about Patrick Graham if he's still there, because if the players don't respond this week and the players don't show up and the players don't look like they're willing to sacrifice what they can do for the guy next to them, then it's going to show you that they don't believe in Patrick Graham. They don't believe in his system. They don't believe in his defense. And that's if that's what happens, then you got to get rid of Patrick Graham. Point blank period. That's just what it is, right? But I believe the Raiders still have a chance to make progress. I still think the Raiders have a chance to be a decent football team. It's just never going to match your expectations, because a lot of you guys out there have expectations just based on what somebody on YouTube told you. You're not actually watching the game from an objective standpoint where it's like, let me not just watch this as a fan, but let me watch this as an evaluator of what's going on the field. And not too many people are going to do that. So you're going to listen to somebody else tell you, oh, the Raiders are going to be good because they went and did this and they went and did that. But at the end of the day, if you're watching the games and you're paying attention, you know this team top to bottom just isn't filled with the type of playmakers it's going to take to win week in and week out. We're just not there yet. Now, that doesn't mean we can't get there. We got drafts, we got free agency, but the Raiders actually have to do those things. Like, potentially they can go get good players, but we all know that Jalen Carter should have been the pick, right? If you still disagree with that, then you're just holding on to some type of emotional connection you have with whoever told you that was a good idea. I told y'all that it was a B+ pick when we got Wilson. I thought an A pick would have been Jalen Carter. You guys killed me for it. But who do you think would have made a bigger difference now? It would have been Jalen Carter, right? So I do think it's just one game. You got blown out. You can't really take much from it. I wouldn't even watch the film if I was the Raiders. I would just move on to the next game, prepare for Pittsburgh, a team that has a different skill set than Buffalo has, right? Their quarterback isn't as good. So I think you can take advantage, find some matchups, put some more pressure on the quarterback. Defensively, we need to find an identity. Are we going to be a blitzing team? Are we going to be a zone team? Are we going to be a man team? Like, what are we doing on defense? We have to figure those things out. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of tough to say fire Patrick Graham now because we lost to a team we should have lost to. No, it shouldn't have looked like that, but a loss is a loss, right? At the end of the day, we lost. We lost to a team that I feel like we were supposed to lose to. People had different ideas because of the Jets game that we was going to, all of a sudden, we're going to beat the Bills. Like, calm down, bro. Like, the Bills are a way better team than we are right now. Top to bottom, coach and everything, right? They just know what they're doing over there. Everything's clicking over there right now. Yeah, they had a bad game against the Jets, but it's the NFL, right? Anything can happen. So I think the Raiders get what they desperately need, which is the Pittsburgh team coming into town that we can match up with. We definitely match up well with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think we go out there. I think our defense plays better, and I think we just got to take small steps and stop thinking that everything needs to change immediately. Like, stop trying to fire everybody and just understand what you guys are signing up for. Stop looking at every draft as this was the best draft we ever had. Our defense was ass and we took a tight end in the second round when there were defensive players we could have got, right? We went and drafted a quarterback just to have him inactive. Like, all these moves that I told you I disagreed with, nobody wanted to hear that because it made them feel better to think, well, our offense is going to be great. We already had a top 10 offense with a quarterback that y'all hated. Right? So why did we need to bolster the offense? We needed to get more defense. We didn't do it. I like Jakarian Bennett. I don't know if he's a starter on many teams. Obviously, I like Trayvon Merrick. I like Marcus Epps. I like Marcus Peters. Like, I like these players. But for some reason, we're not putting it all together. And I think it starts with the trenches and our linebacking core. I just don't think it's up to par with what everybody else has in the NFL. With the DBs we have, you would, like, if we got more pressure on the quarterback, you would see our defensive backs be more successful. Even with the skill set they have right now, or lack thereof, that some of you guys think that this guy stinks and this guy sucks. You could take those same defensive backs, those same 5, and if you added more pressure to the quarterback, you would see better results. All right? If you like the video, like the video. Get down in the comments, let me know what you think. All right? Subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff, but just relax a little bit. We got time. We got a good matchup this week, and we'll see what happens. Till next time, as always, Honcho out.